मुनित्रय प्रार्थना। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। ओम नमः पाणिनिकात्यायन पतञ्जलिभ्यः शब्दविद्या संप्रदाय प्रवर्तकेभ्यो मुनिभ्यो महद्भ्यो गुरुभ्यः। In this class, we will continue with the Tatpurusha Samasa Prakaranam. पूर्वकालैक सर्व जरत् पुराण नव केवलाः समानाधिकरणेन इति सूत्रम 49th रूल। पूर्वकाल एक सर्व जरत् पुराण नव केवलाः समानाधिकरणेन सुप् सुपा इति अनुवर्तते अधिकारात् तत्पुरुषः इत्यपि। पूर्वकाल इत्यादयः सुबन्ताः समानाधिकरणेन सुबन्तेन समस्यन्ते तत्पुरुष समासो भवति इत्यर्थः। We have to understand what is this समानाधिकरणम। समानम अधिकरणम यस्य इति समासः, बहुव्रीहि समासः। अधिकरणम मीन्स आधारः, शब्दस्य प्रवृत्तिः इत्यर्थः। शब्दस्य प्रवृत्तिः इत्युक्ते शब्दस्य प्रवर्तनं कस्मिन् अर्थे भवति। This particular word, in which meaning this is prevalent in the loka vyavahara, that is called shabda pravruttih. Otherwise you can say the meaning अधिकरणम आधारः, शब्दस्य आधारः। अधिकरणं समानं यस्य, अधिकरणं समानं, समानं means एकमेव अधिकरणं। Two words are said to be in समानाधिकरण्यम। समान अधिकरणस्य भावः समानाधिकरण्यम। Two words are said to be samanadhikarana mutually with each other when, even though the words, when individually used, they mean differently, they indicate different meanings. When they are combined in one place, if they, both of them together, if they convey a particular meaning, both the words are called to be in samanadhikaranam. A simple example we will take. Eka purushaha. Eka is the word which indicates the number one. Purusha is the word which indicates a male person, a male being. These words, they convey different meanings. Eka means it conveys a number, particular number. Purusha means it conveys a male person. When do you say they are in the same adhikaranam, samana adhikaranam? Suppose this word, even though they are used in different meanings individually, when they are combined they are used to convey a particular meaning, a single meaning. That means eka, one. This one about man, one man. This Purusha man, this man also one man. So this one and man, they convey a particular person. He is the only man there. He is a man, but he is the only one. So in this circumstances, Eka and Purusha, they are said to be in Samanadhikaranam. So here, from this sutra onwards until the end of this chapter, end of this pada, all these are Samanadhikarana Samasaha. That means in the Samasa, the two words being used, two padas being used, they are in Samanadhikaranam. Samanam adhika, samanaha adharaha. Samanaha shabda pravrittihi. Sometimes they may mean samana linga, samana vachana ichadaya. So now we are in Tatpurusha Prakarana. All these Samanadhikarana Tatpurushas are given a different name, a separate meaning, Karmadharaya. Tatpurushas Samanadhikarana Karmadharaya iti Sanya Sutram. Karmadharaya Sanya Sutram. Elsewhere we are getting this sutra. So from this sutra onwards, Tatpurusha Samasas which are particularly called Karmadharaya, they are dealt. Here, now we will take up the words one by one. Purvakala. Purva means prayer. Kala means time. Which has happened in the prayer time. Here, we are not taking this Purvakala Shabda as this word to be combined in a samasa. This Ardhaparatvam Svikriyate. We don't take the Shabda as it is, we take its meaning. That means, Purvasmin Kale Anusthitam Karyam Icharthe. We will take this. Whatever action has been done by a particular individual, in the time prior to this. So when you say a particular action has been done in the prior time, so after that time, what is the action he has done? So aparakale, so this wants Purvakala Anusthitam Karyam, it expects some Aparakala Anusthitam Karyam. So two actions have been done by a single individual. One action has been done in the previous time, in the former time, and in the next action has been done immediately afterwards. So two actions have been done. Two actions have been done by a single person. So they are said to be in Samanadhikarana. So Purvakala Anusthitam Karyam Aparakala Anustitena Karyena Saha Samasyate iti Sangrahartha. We will take one example. Purvakala Anusthitam Kriyapadam Aparakala Anusthita Kriyapadena Samasyate. One famous example is Snatanuliptaha. This is in Loka Vyavahara, this is quite common. Snata means one who has bathed. Anuliptaha means one who has anointed on himself certain fragrant substances like your face powder, your snow, etc., etc. In Purvaka, in olden times, different dravyas were there, Sugandha dravyas, which are smeared on the body after bath to be fragrant, to release fragrant odors. So, first he has performed bath and then he has anointed on himself some Sugandha dravyas, fragrant substances. Anuliptaha. Lip means lipa upadehe, that is smearing oneself upon. So, yes, prathamam snatam tena, anantaram anuliptam. So this snata and anulipta, they combine in a samasa, and that will be, because they are in samanadhikaranam, it is called a karmadharaya samasa. Another example is Krishta Samikritam. This is a samasa meaning a particular land, a particular kshetra, vyavasaya kshetra. Krishta Samikritam. Krishtam means tilled. The land has been tilled for sowing seeds. Samikritam means it has been leveled. When you till the land, there will be ups and downs. Then after tilling the land, before sowing the seeds or after sowing the seeds, you will level the ground. So, Pradhamam Krishtam, Anantaram Samikritam. They are in Samanadhikarana. Krishta Samikritam. Krishta Dhatuhu, it means tilling. Samikritam means leveling down. Dagdha Prarudham. Dagdha means burnt. First burnt. Prarudham. And then replanted. Suppose one seed has been sown in a particular kshetra, and later on the seed is not growing properly. So that is a small plant has arisen and it is not growing in due proportion. So that has been burnt away and then again replanted a seed. So dagdha, pradhamam dagdham, anantaram prarudham. Purvakale dagdham, anantarakale prarudham. Both combine into a samasa, karmadharaya samasa. Dagdha prarudham. And the remaining words, eka, sarva, jarat, purana, nava, kevalaha. These words have to be taken as they are. We don't take the paryaya padas. That is, the words giving the same meaning. Other words we are not going to take, only shabda paratvam here. So, eka iti shabdaha samanadhikaranena supasaha samasyate. Eka means single. Eka shati iti samasaha. Ekacha asau syaticha iti vigraha vakyam. That means it is single, it is the only one, and it is a sati. Sati means sari. Nowadays, saris are being worn by ladies only, but in the earlier days, the clothes worn by males were also called sati, because sati means it covers the entire body. Ekacha asau shaticha. Eka shati will be the samasa. But here, eka shabdaha, this will get the pumvat bhava. Pumvat karmadharaya jatiya desiyeshu iti sutrena eka iti strilinga shabdasya. Why this is in strilinga? Shati is in strilinga. That is why as a visheshanam eka is in strilinga. So this eka shabdaha will be converted to its masculine gender, eka shabdaha. That is eka shati is the samasa. Ekacha asau bhikshacha. Bhiksha means alms, beggings. Eka bhiksha. Ekascha asau purushascha. Eka purushaha. This is about eka. We have taken only the word eka. We have not taken the synonyms, samana, etc. Now we will take the words, samasas with the words sarva. Sarva iti subantam samanadhikaranena subantena samasyate tatpurusha samaso bhavati. Sarvecha te devascha iti vigraha vakye. Sarve means all. Devaha means deities. Sarvecha ते देवाश्च इति विग्रहे सर्वदेवाः, सर्वे च ते मनुष्याः इति विग्रहे सर्वमनुष्याः, सर्वे च ते जनाः सर्वजनाः. Next word is jarat. Jarat is a word shatranta shatru pratyayanta shabdah after jru dhatu. Jru vayohanau, getting old. Jarat means getting old. Jarat hasti iti samasah. Hasti nakaranta shabdah. Hastin प्रथमा विभक्तौ हस्ती भवति. जरन हस्ती, द एलिफेंट व्हिच इज गेटिंग ओल्ड. जरन, बिकॉज दिस इज हस्ती इज इन पुल्लिंगा, द विग्रह वाक्य जरन शब्द हैज कम. नाउ वी हैव टू टेक इट्स प्रातिपदिकम जरत. जरद हस्ती इज द समासा. ओल्ड एलिफेंट, elephant that is getting old. Jarad grishtihi. Grishtihi means a cow. A cow getting old. Jarad vrittihi. Vrittihi means state of being. The state of being getting old. Jarad vrittihi. Jarat gridhraha. Gridhra means a bird. A bird getting old. Now, with Purana Shabda. Purana means old. Navina, opposite of Navina is Purana. Puranam cha tad annam cha iti vigraha vakye Purana annam, Puranannam. Puranam cha avasadham cha. Avasadham means a halting place in a long journey. The halting place is called avasadham. Puranam cha tad avasadham cha Puranavasadham. Puranascha asau munischa. A very old, he belongs to a olden time. He is a muni. Purana munihi. With Navashabda. Navam cha tad annam cha. Navannam. That means freshly prepared rice food. Navannam. Navancha tad avasadhancha. Navavasadham. Navacha sa vadhuscha. New bride. Navavadhuhu. With Kevala Shabda. Kevala means simply that, unmingled by anything else. Kevalam cha tad annam cha. Kevala annam. Only annam has been served. Kevala annam. Kevala shuraha. He is a shura. Kevala shuraha. Kevala is the Visheshanam. What does it mean? He is simply a fighter, not having any other noble quality. The only noble quality he is having shuratvam. Kevala shuraha. As you have observed, as you might have observed, in this Samasa Prakaranam, writing of Vigraha Vakya is very important. We must be able to write the Vigraha Vakya. What is the Vigraha Vakya? A Vakya that becomes intelligible for an ordinary Sanskrit knower. Laukika Vigraha Vakya, that is called. Alaukika Vigraha Vakya, as earlier it has been explained, it will be intelligible only for a grammar student. Samanadhikaranena ityuktam. Why Samanadhikaranena is told there? That means, we will take one example. एकस्याः शाटी इति विग्रहे एकशाटी इति समासो न भवति. What does this mean? Ekasyaha shati. That means the saree belonging to a single lady. Let us take lady. Ekasyaha iti sashti vibhakti. Shati is in pradhama vibhakti. So there is no samanadhikaranam here. They are in different vibhaktis. Different vibhaktis convey different meanings. So because same meaning is not there, samanadhikaranam is not there, so it will not become a samasa. It will become a sashti samasa, that is different. Evameva, let us take another example. Ekasyaha shauklyam. Shauklyam means shuklasya bhavaha shauklyam, whiteness. Here shauklyam iti gunavachaka shabdaha. So with this gunavachaka shabda, a samasa cannot be formed. Now we will go to the next sutra. Dik sankhye sanyayam. Samanadhikaranena will follow. Sup supa iti adhikara sutram tat purushaha api. Dik sankhye, two words. Dik means digvachaka shabdaha. Sankhye, sankhyavachaka shabdaha. Digvachinaha shabdaha, sankhyavachinaha shabdascha samanadhikaranena subantena saha samasyante tatpurushascha samaso bhavati iti vrittivakyam. Sanyayam vishaye eva. That is more important. This Digvachaka Shabda and Sankhyavachaka Shabda, they will be combining with another Subanta only in respect of particular name of a particular thing, name of a particular person, name of a particular city. Sanyavachaka Shabdeshu eva samaso bhavati. We will take examples. Digvachaka shabdaha katham samasyante iti pashyamaha. Purveshu kama shemi, apareshu kama shemi. These two examples, this Purveshu kama shemi and apareshu kama shemi, they are the names of certain villages in olden times. In fact, because this is Sanyavachaka Shabdaha, this is the name of a particular place, we are not supposed to tell the Vigraha Vakya. Because in Samasa Shastra, it is a Vibhasha Shastram. Either you can convey the meaning by a Vakya, by a sentence, or by a Samasa. But these Sanyavachaka Shabdas are Nitya Samasas. So they cannot be explained by a sentence. But to just for the sake of teaching new chhatras, new students, we can divide them. Purveshu kama shemi ichukte purvottara vibhagam krutva evam purveshu purva ishu kama shemi iti we can divide the Purva is Digvachaka Shabdaha. Ishukama Shemi Uttarapadam. They combine. Purveshu Purva Ishukama Shemi Purveshu Kama Shemi. Apara Ishukama Shemi Apareshu Kama Shemi. Only for the explaining the modality of the Samasa, for new students, it is divided into Vigraha Vakya. Otherwise, Vigraha Vakya is not allowed here because they are Nitya Samasa. Because a particular name of a place cannot be declared by a Vakya. Then with Sankhya Vachaka Shabdas in Sanya, we take examples. Panchacha te amrascha. Amraha means mango tree. They are 5 in number. In a particular place, in a particular samuha, panchamraha is a sanya vachaka shabda. Panchamraha. Panchacha te amrascha iti. Just for the sake of convenience of new students, we can divide it into a vigraha vachya. Saptarshayaha is another example. Saptacha te rushayascha. In fact, this is also in Nichya Samasa, because always you find these 7 rishis together. Marichi, Atri, Angirasaha, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kratu, Vasishthai. These are the 7 Maharshis. There is a particular constellation also named after these 7 rishis in the sky. Saptarshi Mandalam, you say. Trivali is another example. Vali means a fold of the skin. 3 folds of skin on the upper part of the belly, on the upper part of on the Purvakaya, before the Nabhi. It is Trivali. These 3 folds are supposed to be a factor of beauty in ladies. Trivali means 3 folds. These are made into samasa only to signify a particular sanya vachaka shabda. If it is not a sanya vachaka shabda, you cannot form a samasa. For example, uttaraha vrukshaha. Uttara shabda is digvachaka shabda. Uttaraha vruksha means the trees standing in the north. It is not a name of a particular place or particular drama or particular samuha. So this cannot be made. Uttara vrukshaha iti samasa cannot be made. Pancha brahmanaha. There is no sanya. Just like saptarshayaha, there is no sanya with pancha brahmanaha. So this cannot be made a samasa. Here, diksankhye, this is Visheshanam. Visheshyena samasaha. In the next rule, we are going to tell Visheshanam Visheshyena bahulam. That rule says a Visheshanam, an adjective, can be combined in a samasa with a noun, with its noun, in the same meaning. But here, this is separately formulated. This sutra is formulated to signify that only sanyayameva etat diksankhye samasyete asanyayam na samasyete iti niyamarthameva etat sutram prakalpitam asit. But sometimes without sanya vachaka artha also we employ with the purva shabda. Purva sutram. We use this word. Purva Sutram. Katham Purva Sutram iti. Purva Sutram is not in Sanya. It is not the particular name of a particular sutra. Purva Sutra means the sutra before this sutra is called Purva Sutram. Purva Sutram, this is Purva Shabda. Even though Purva means east, this is not used here to signify east. It is to signify only the prayer, the meaning of prayer. The Purva is used. So, this is not digvachaka shabda, hence samasa can be made. We will take up the next sutra. Tadhitardhottara pada samaharecha. Diksankhye will follow from the previous sutra. Samanadhikarane tatpurusha. Samanadhikarane upadhikaraha tatpurusha samasaha adhikara sutram. We have to divide the words here. Tadhitardha uttarapada samahara tesu ichartha. What is this tadhita artha? We are going to get Tadhita Prachaya Prakaranam only in the 4th and 5th chapters. Just to understand this, we will take a brief outline. Tadhitam is a pratyaya used to suffix a pratipadikam to signify a particular meaning. For example, Danta is a pratipadikam. Dantaha. Dante bhavaha. A letter produced in the teeth. A letter uttered with teeth. Dante bhavaha. Danta shabdat tatra bhavaha ityarthe yattiti tadhita pratyayah. So danta shabdat yat bhavati. Dantyaha. Dantyaha is a tadhita anta shabdaha. Here yat is the tadhita pratyaya. Another example also we can take. Shundikayaha agataha shaundikaha. Tataha agataha ityarthe shundikayaha agataha atra atrapi ekaha pratyayah an pratyayah shundika plus an shaundika. This is also tadhita pratyayanta shabdaha. Evam manushyamayah manusyad agataha ityarthe manushyamayah mayat pratyayah. This is also a tadhita pratyaya. So here tadhitartha, when you divide this word from this sutra, tadhitarthe kartavye. Tadhitartha means tadhitam prayojanam yasya ityartha. Suppose we form a samasa, in order that on this samasa a tadhita pratyaya has to be used. For the sake of employing tadhita pratyaya on that samasa, we are preparing a samasa. When you want to prepare a samasa with the idea of using tadhita pratyaya after that samasa, then dik sankhye digvachaka shabdaha sankhya-vachaka shabdascha tadhitarthe kartavye tatpurusha samasa bhavanti. So first we have to prepare tatpurusha samasa, and then on the tatpurusha samasa, because when you make it a samasa, it becomes pratipadikam. You can employ tadhita pratyaya. So first make a tatpurusha samasa, and this tatpurusha samasa has been prepared in order that it is amenable to suffix a tadhita pratyaya. For the sake of suffixing a tadhita pratyaya, a samasa is formed. So when that samasa is formed with digvachaka shabda or sankhya-vachaka shabda, it becomes a tatpurusha samasa. The next condition is, the next circumstance is uttarapade. Uttarapada means in samasa the former and the later pada. Later pada is called uttarapada. When you want to add a uttarapadam to a particular samasa, when you want to prepare a samasa, in order that you want to affix an uttarapadam. Here tadhita pratyaya is not used here. Uttarapadam prayoktum uttarapadena samyojayitum kaschana samasaha karaniyaha with digvachaka shabdaha adava sankhya-vachaka shabdaha, then that also will become tatpurusha samasa. And samahara. Samahara means samuha, collection, group. When you want to prepare a samahara samasaha, that means you want to signify a word to indicate a group, to indicate a samuha, to indicate a collection. Then this digvachaka shabdaha, sankhya, with the digvachaka and sankhya-vachaka, of course, with the digvachaka shabdas there are no samahararthaka padaha. So this Digvachaka Shabda will not be taken as an example. Only with Sankhya Vachaka Shabdaha we can prepare a Samahara, Samahararthe Samasaha. So in these meanings, Digvachaka Shabdaha, Sankhya Vachaka Shabdascha, Samanadhikaranena Subantena, Samasyante, Tatpurushasya Samaso Bhavati. Now we will take the meaning one by one, these meanings, and then try to show some examples. Tadhitarthe Visaye. Tadhitarthe Visaye Digvachaka Shabdaha Sankhya Vachaka Shabdascha Samanadhikaranena Supasaha Samasyete Tatpurushasya Chamaso Bhavati. We want to prepare a word to signify Purvasyam Shalayam Bhavaha. That means Bhavaha means born in. Born in a particular shed which is situated in the east. To prepare this word, born in ityarthe tadhita pratyaya bhavati. Tatra bhavaha ityarthe tadhita pratyaya. To prepare tadhita pratyayanta shabdaha, we want to prepare a samasa. Here, Purva cha asau, Purva cha asau shala cha. Purva shala is the samasa. This Purva shala samasa has been prepared with the intention of Purvasyam shalayam bhavaha. To prepare a tadhita pratyayanta shabda in this meaning. Purvasyam shalayam bhavaha. In that meaning, to prepare a tadhitanta shabda, we have created a samasa with Purva shabda and Shala shabda. So it will be Purva shala. Purvacha asau shalacha. Purva shala bhavati. Karmadhare samase pumvad bhavo bhavati. Purva will become Purva. Purva shala. Purvasyam shalayam bhavaha ityarthe tatra bhavaha ityarthe dikpurva padat asanyayam nyaha iti sutrena atra purvashala iti samasat nyaha prachayo bhavati. Paurvashalaha is a word coined. So to Paurvashalaha is tadhitanta shabdaha. To prepare this tadhitanta shabda, Purvam Samasaha has been built. Samasa has been built. Purvashala iti. Evancha Aparasyam shalayam bhavaha. Apara means towards the west. An animal born in the shed existing on the western side. Aparashalaha. Purvashala iti, when you are affixing tadhita prachaya, the adi vruddhi it arises, the adi vruddhi arises. Pu, ukaraha will become aukaraha, paurvashalaha. Aparashala iti samasaha. This samasa has been, tatpurush samasa has been prepared in order that aparasyam shalayam bhavaha ityarthe tadhita prachaya yojanaya. Aparashalaha will be the word. Apara adivruddhir bhavati akaraha akaratvena parivartyate. Aparashalaha. This is regarding tadhitartha visaye. Now uttarapade parataha prayogam pashyamaha. Purvashala priya yasya iti प्रियशब्दस्य योजनार्थं प्रियशब्दः उत्तरपदत्वेन पूर्वशालातः उत्तरपदत्वेन प्रियशब्दस्य योजनाय पूर्वशाला प्रिया यस्या इति बहुव्रीहि समासः. Here, before making a बहुव्रीहि samasa, पूर्वशाला has been the samasa made, tatpurusha samasah. Purvacha asau shalacha, as before. Purvashala priya yasya, that means a particular person to whom this Purvashala is very dear. Purvashala Priyaha iti Uttarapadena, Priya iti Uttarapadena Samaso Bhavati, Purvashala Priyaha. This is Bahuvrihi Samasaha. Because Purvashala Priya Yasya iti Bahuvrihi Vigraha Vakyam has been created here. Purvashala Priyaha. Aparashala Priya Yasya iti Tripada Bahuvrihi Kritasyet. Pradhamam Aparashala iti Tatpurusha Samasa Kritaha only to facilitate adding a Priya Shabdaha after that. Aparashala Priya. Aparashala Priyaha. Samahare Digvachaka Shabdaihi Vyavahare Samasaha Nasanti. So Udaharanam cannot be given there. Now we will take this Tadhitartha Visaye, Uttarapade Visaye and Samaharecha with Sankhya Vachaka Shabdaha. Tadhitartha Visaye Panchanam Napitanam Apatyam iti Apatyam ityarthe Apachyarthaka arthe Tadhita Prache Yojanaya Pancha Shabdaha Sankhya Vachaka Shabdaha Napita Shabdena Panchacha te napitascha. They are 5 barbers. Napitaha means barbers. 5 barbers. Panchanam napitanam apatyam. Apatyarthe tadhita prachaya yojanaya. Here, panchanapita shabdaha. Akaranta shabdaha. So, apatyarthe akarantat iya iti prachayo bhavati tadhitaha. Tarihi Panchanapita plus E. This creates Adivruddhi. Panchanapitihi will be the Samasa. Panchanam Napitanam Apachyam. That means this the son or daughter born to 5 Napitas, 5 barbers. Panchanapitihi. Another example we will take. Panchasu kapalesu samskritaha. In yajnas, sometimes the water is purified by pouring it in pancha kapalas. Samskritaha means purified. Panchasu kapalesu samskritaha iti samase. Samskrutam bhakshaha iti anprachaya. Tadhita prachayaha. Atra tadhita prachayasya anprachayasya luk bhavati. Dvigor anapachya iti sutrena. Panchakapalaha iti samaso bhavati. This is Tadhitartha Visaye Udaharanani. Uttarapade Parataha Sankhya Vachaka Shabdanam Udaharanani. Panchagavaha Dhanamasya Ityarthe Panchagava is a samasa formed. How the samasa is formed? Panchacha te gavascha. There are 5 cows. Pancha go iti samaso bhavati. Atra samasanta prachayatvena tachi prachayaha. Pancha gavaha. Pancha plus go plus a. Okarat akaraha avadeshaha. Pancha gavaha. Pancha gavaha dhanamasya. This fellow is having the property of 5 cows. In that meaning, Panchagavaha dhanamasya iti dhana iti uttarapadam yojayutum samasah kritaha Panchagavaha iti Panchagava dhanaha iti samasaha. Panchagod. Otherwise, this is a nitya samasa. If nitya samasa, even though this is a tatpurusaha mahavibhasa adhikarat, it can be made a samasa and it can be made a sentence also. But here, nityatvam vaktavyam. Anyatha, panchagodhanaha iti shabdaha will be formed. So, it is nityam ishtam. Panchagavadhanaha iti samasa, iti samaso bhavati. Dashagavaha dhanam asya. Dashagavadhanaha. A person having the property of 10 cows. Now we will take in Samaharartha with Sankhya-vachaka Shabdaha. Panchanam Pulanam Samaharaha. Pula means a Rashi. That means a collection. Panchanam Pulanam Samaharaha iti vigrahe Panchapula iti samasaha bhavati. Atra dvigoho iti stri pratyaya yojisasyet Panchapuli iti bhavati. Dashanam Pulanam Samaharaha Dashapuli. Panchanam Kumarinam Samaharaha. That means the collection, the group of 5 ladies to be married. Pancha Kumari. This is a Samahara Dvigu Samasa. So Samahara Dvigu Samasa always in the Napumsakatvam Bhavati. Rasvo Napumsake Pradipadikasya iti sutrena Pancha Kumari iti Rasvatvena Pancha Kumari Bhavati. Dashanam Kumarinam Samaharaha Dasha Kumari. Now we will go to the next sutra. Already the examples have been taken in this sutra itself, but Sankhya Purvo Dviguhu Tadhitarthottara Pada Samaharecha Tatpurusaha Bhavati. Tadhitarthottara Pada Samahare Sankhya Purva Samasaha Dvigu Samasaha iti uchyate ityarthaha. Sankhya Purvo Dviguhu iti samasasya iti sutrasya ardha Tadhitarthottara Pada Samaharecha yat Sankhya Purvaka Samasah Kritaha, that is called Dvigu Samasa. So Dvigu is a special name for Tatpurusas when Sankhya Shabdaha is Purva Padam. The examples already we have given. Tadhitarthe Panchakapalaha. Panchakapalaha Purodashaha. This is a word in common use in yajnas. Uttarapade parataha Panchanava Priyaha. Samahare Panchanam Mulanam Samaharaha Panchamuli. Now we will go to the next sutra. Kutsitani Kutsanaihi. Sup-supa will continue Tatpurusaha api. Kutsitani iti Padama vibhakti. Kutsanaihi iti Trutiya vibhakti. Sup-supa iti anuvartate. Here Kutsita Shabdaha. Kutsita ityukte a person who has been blamed. Kutsa means Kutsa avakshepane. Dosaropanam krutam. He is blamed. Tiraskrutaha icharthaha. Kutsitani means this is coined in Napumsakalinga, but the linga is not so important here. Kutsita Shabdaha. Kutsita Vachi Shabdaha. That means the persons who are blamed with that meaning. The Shabdas in the meaning of blamed persons. Persons blamed are found fault with. Kutsanaihi. Kutsanavachaka sabdaihi samasyante. Kutsanam means nindanam. Nindavachi shabdaischaha ninditaha nindavachi shabdaischa samasyante. A person blamed, the word which says this particular person is blamed, with the word containing the blame, that becomes a samasa. Kutsita vachini subantani kutsana vachanai saha subantai saha samasyante tatpurusasya samaso bhavati. This samasa, the peculiarity of this samasa is the kutsita shabdaha, that is a person blamed. He is not blamed just because of that meaning of that word. When a particular word does not signify blameworthiness by itself, but when it is used in a sentence to convey blameworthiness, then the samasa can be formed. We will take one example. Vayyakarana Khasuchihi. Vaiyakarana means Vyakaranam adhite adhava Vyakaranam veti. A person who is studying grammar or the person who knows grammar, he is called Vaiyakarana. Vaiyakarana Shabdaha, it is used, Vaiyakarana Shabdaha by itself is not blamed. The person, Vaiyakaranas are not at all blamed. They are respected in society. But this particular here in the Samasa, the Vaiyakarana Shabdaha, because of the Samasa, because it is combined with Kasuchi, that is creating blameworthiness. That is creating the meaning of blameworthiness. Vaiyakaranaha, Vaiyakaranascha asau Kasuchischa. It is Samasaha. What is Kasuchi? Kasuchi means, Kham means Akasha. Akasham Suchayati iti Kasuchihi. Kham Suchayati iti Kasuchihi. A person who shows his index finger towards the sky. Vaiyakarana Kasuchihi, Vigrahavakyam Vaiyakaranascha asau Kasuchischa. Vyakarana Shastre yaha pratibhahinaha yaha samarthaha nasti Vyakarana Shastram pathayitum pratibhahinaha tadrushaha pratibhahinaha etena samasena nindiyate. A student of grammar or a teacher of grammar, when he points out his index finger towards the sky, when a particular question has been asked by a fellow student or his own student, because he is not able to reply to the doubt raised by the student, in order to divert him, he points his finger towards the sky and says, no, clouds are gathering there, gathering here, let us disperse. It may heavily rain, let us disperse. Because in our olden days, when it rains heavily, Adhyayanam is not to be done. Adhyayanam, study should not take place when heavy rain is there or heavy winds are there. So, when this particular gentleman is not able to meet the doubts of the students, he will point out his finger towards the sky. Kasuchi means one who points out his finger towards the sky. Why he is pointing out towards the sky? That means he wants to avoid the question. He wants to divert the topic. So he will say, no, it may heavily rain, let us disperse. So, pratibhahinasya kutsanam. Atra, ninda is pratibhahinaha vaiyakaranaha nindiyate. Vaiyakarana as such is not blamed here. When he is not able to meet the doubts of the students, he is blamed. The grammarian who is unable to explain the process of formation of a word or meaning attributed to it, when asked about it, he performs some diversionary tactics to save himself from a predicament. So, here this is a Vaiyakarana Shabdaha, blameworthiness, to suggest blameworthiness, this Vaiyakarana Shabdaha is taken. So also, we can take some other examples also. Yajnika Kitavaha. Yajnikaha means who performs yajna on behalf of somebody else. Kitavaha means fraudulent person. Ayajya yajana tushna paraha evam uchyate. Yajnika shabdaha, it doesn't signify itself any blameworthiness. In fact, yajnikas are respected in society. Who perform yajnas, they are highly respected in society. But when it is combined with kitava, kitava means fraud. Why he is blamed? Because he is making fraud. What is the fraud he is making? A person who doesn't deserve to, who is not purified to perform yajna, this fellow, this yajnikaha, is prepared to perform yajna on his behalf, even though it is prohibited by Shastras. Because he wants money. Mimamsaka durdurutaha is another example. Nastikaha ityarthaha. Manusa khetaha, a miserable wretched man. Narapasadaha, a wretched man. Naradhamaha, ichadayaha. Here Naradhama Shabdaha, Narapasada Shabda, Manusa Khetaha, Manusa and Nara, these words, they don't signify any blameworthiness. When they are combined with Kheta, Apasada, Adhama, then they are suggesting blameworthiness. Here, Kutsitani iti uktam. Kutsita, namdesi Nindaniya Purushaha ichuktam. Why Nindaniya Purushaha? When does he become Nindaniya Purusha? When it is combined in a samasa. Suppose you take a sentence, Vayyakaranaha Choraha. Here, Vayyakaranaha is not blameworthy. He is also a thief. So here, Vayyakarana is not blamed for his grammar knowledge. He is blamed, why? Because he is a thief. So here samasa cannot be made. Atra Vayyakaranattvam na kutsyate. Kutsanaihi shabdaihi chuktam. Kutsitaha brahmanaha. Here kutsitaha means ninditaha. Brahmana is not the particular person who is blameworthy. Brahmana is not kutsana shabdaha. It is not indicating any blameful meaning. That's why kutsitaha brahmanaha, kutsita brahmanaha samasa cannot be made. Papanake kutsitaihi iti anantara sutram. Papanake kutsitaihi. Here also kutsana shabdaha, kutsita shabdaha are there. But here, Papa, Anaka, specific words have been given, specific words which are indicative of blameworthiness. Papa means a sinner. Anaka means a wretched person, a contemptible person. These two words, Kutsita Vachakaihi Shabdaihi Samasyante Tatpurusha Samaso Bhavati. Udaharanam, Papascha asau napitascha. He is a sinner and he is a barber. So Papa napitaha, the sinner barber. Papascha kulalascha. Papascha asau kulalascha. He is a sinner, he is a potter. Papa kulalaha. Anakascha asau napitascha. Anaka napitaha. Anakascha asau kulalascha. Anaka kulalaha. These are the samasas with Papa and Anaka. These samasas have been formed with Kulala, Napita iti, who are kutsitaha, who are blamed. Now, with this sutra, we will come to our refrain and some more Samanadhikarana sutras we are going to get in the next class. We will come to our refrain with Shanti mantra. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.